Hello, hey, hi there, how you doing? It is Thursday. It's Thursday. So that means Lisa said I got to turn the light on. So it's Thursday live. Be real with D real. Yeah, I don't know why I'm ducking my head down. You can see all that neon behind me. Anywho, what up, Groovy? I want to acknowledge, rock with me, nation folk. Rock with me, nation folk. There's Grand Madam Tarot up in here. How you doing, Grand Madam? And Anansi. Oh, wise spider. Welcome to the dance. Now I see some folks sliding in. I ain't saying nothing, but I'm gonna give them a chance. And we gonna keep doing what we're doing. We're gonna keep on keeping on for a second. I'm gonna give y'all a second to file in, as it were. Yeah. Good talk tonight. Good talk. We're gonna have some real good talk tonight. We're gonna chop it. Because I got some thoughts. And I want to share them. You may not agree with them, but you don't have to, because they are my thoughts. That's why I preface it with my thoughts. Everything I say is my opinion. So I don't want nobody to feel no kind of way when I say some of the things that I say. It's just, we could blame it on stakes is high right now. But honestly, it's both sides needing to let off steam. And the folks that's woke, ding, know what I'm talking about. Jay, what's up, my man? Glad that you are here, sir. Do you know what I found? I found a bunch of custom stuff that I was working on the other day, because I thought I had put it in the storage, and it was sitting right here, literally almost under my nose, but it was in a box that was closed. And I put some stuff on top of it. Man, I'm about to go ham. And there was paints and little brushes and stuff in there too. I'm about to go ham. All right, yeah, y'all in the building. Thank you for rocking with me. Rock with me. I promise when you're done, you will leave here a little bit richer, a little bit more. Well, not richer like fiscally, but you'll be richer, a little bit more up here, and you'll definitely look at some of the things you look at normally a different way, if that makes sense. Jay, you say a story, you like, oh, I've been finding stuff. I ain't that gone with it yet, man. I ain't gone with it like you. I'm if this is the iceberg, and this is the bottom of the iceberg, I'm like, I'm like somewhere down here. You know what I'm saying? You closer to the tip of the iceberg. You know what I'm saying? So I give you your props. Where your props is due, man. You know what I'm saying? I like I said, man, I get inspiration from cats like y'all, man. Y'all looking at me like, ooh, we did this, did that. I'm just like happy that I know some cats like y'all that I can go, that's an idea. I know, and y'all ideas give me ideas. You know what I'm saying? So it's a synergy, man, and I love it, man. That's why there's a lot of cats out there, especially on Instagram, that pose action figures, or like do little animated action figure things, and I try to pull up to some of their stuff, and I share some of mine, they share some of it. It's a cool little synergy, man. So if you doing it like that, what I'm saying, with the action figures and whatnot, I encourage you to try Instagram, man. Let's see, we got Mutant X, we got Art Man Customs, of course. My man Jay there. There's a couple others of us. that do, you know, and I'm saying cats that, like, you know, do pictures and post, and on TikTok. It's nice. It's some, and y'all already know the story about the TikTok thing where the dude told me, he was like, yeah, your stuff inspires me, and I'm like, what? Get out of here. I didn't know I was out here inspiring people. Maybe I should shut my mouth some and let my action figures do the talking for me. I might try that. I just might try that. Anywho, y'all up in here. Are y'all? Yeah. Are we ready to get started? Nah, I'm gonna let y'all, because I know how y'all like to do. Y'all like to come in and say hey, and everybody say hey to each other. It's like, you know, almost, I don't want to liken it unto church, but I mean, if it's something culturally that we can relate it to church, you know what I'm saying? You like when you pull up for church. You know what I mean? So everybody, hey, morning, sister, morning, brother. Yeah. God bless you. You know how y'all pull up for church, or if you ever did when you was little, or if you still do. You know, y'all know the dynamic of which I speak. But I can tell you, man. First thing I'm gonna talk about tonight. We gonna talk about how Hollywood do, and the things that happen to folks in Hollywood just because somebody somewhere said. We tired of seeing I stole your number for my post action figuring. Huh? It's confusing, Jay. Maybe it's just a case of me being middle aged and not understanding. I don't know what it is. Okay, we got 3 more minutes, and I'm start digging in. Oh, you stole my hashtag. Well, you should have said. Oh, never mind. See, I learned stuff too. I'm slow today. I'm slow today. My bad. Kamoyo in the building. Salute. What's up, my brother? Okay, we in here now. Okay, it's a party now. It's a party. Shorthand. You got to at least be 45. Or close to it. Talk about shorthand. Oh my goodness. As you find your seats and settle in, let me say a good evening to you, first of all. And I'm glad that you pulled up for the pull-up. And if this is your first time pulling up to the pull-up, let me say, hey, homie, what's cracking? If this is not your first time pulling up to the pull-up, let me say, hey, homie, what's cracking? In other words, what's cracking, everybody? This is Thursday Live, the live show I do as we creeps up closer to that magic band, that one band of subscribers. We gonna be taking on different shapes and forms I hope it happens while the weather's good, so I can get out and I can do some live stuff somewhere in some places, maybe, like show y'all some of Anchorage and maybe show y'all, some stuff, that's quote unquote Alaskan. Maybe we can see some whales and some moose. Well, maybe not moose, because moose are dangerous, but some stuff like that. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm feeling like. You know what I'm saying? Some northern exposure for my down south people. So if y'all feeling that, that ain't nothing but a car trip. I can make some stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? We can roll out, do something around the block. Anyways, chilling cooler than a polar bear toenails. Oh, hell. All right. Okay. That means we doing what we doing. He said, black folks don't go out in the back country, man. Hey, you Negroes better learn. You better learn. You better learn. You know what I'm saying? You better learn. You better learn how to fish and you better learn how to hunt. Because you just might have to put them skills to use given current political circumstances. And that's all I have to say about that in immortal words of Forrest Gump. And since we are talking about things that just give me the key sweat, something just ain't right feel. Right there. My man, Robert Townsend. Okay. Now I threw a little something up on X. And I was like, my man right here, he got some of the most memorable, quotable, entertaining movies. But then I thought about it and I said, damn, maybe I've only seen 3 of them. But nah, I've seen more of them because I went to good old IMDb and I checked out his repertoire. You know what I'm saying? See what he got up his thespian sleeve, so to speak. Okay. Now, I tell you the movies I remember him from. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't remember him from a Soldier Story. Yeah. Remember him in A Soldier Story? Him and Denzel Washington and some Art Evans and the late great Adolph Caesar. Bruh. That was a good movie there. But then he broke out with that. Hollywood Shuffle. Y'all remember Hollywood Shuffle? Now, here's the thing about Hollywood Shuffle. Let me take that down. Hollywood Shuffle exposed stereotypes in Hollywood. Like the casting couch type thing, and I mean, and it had to be if you had ever seen a blaxploitation movie. It was like, okay, yeah, it's black, but they acted too black. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I when I was young, I heard people say sucker and jive turkey, but not like on Black Caesar, you know. You know what I'm saying? It was just it was different. But my point being, the man left us with, he entertained us, but at the same time he had us asking questions. Is that really what black actors go? It have to be. We go through BS in so many other fields. Why would Hollywood be any different? Why would we think for 1 second that we ain't minimalized and marginalized? You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at the kind of stuff he was talking about in this movie, and this was 1987, and did none of that come to fruition till like 2000. You know what I'm saying? Denzel Washington was a supporting actor, but I mean, they was few and far in between. You know what I'm saying? But now they starting to kind of link up because Hollywood ain't got no choice. You know, if you hiring us and we acting in your stuff, then and why shouldn't people recognize our excellence? But see, I think he was too much of a voice. Yeah, I mean, and he was on a Spike Lee echelon of movie making. If he wasn't, tell me I'm lying. You quote this movie every time it's on, or every time somebody bring it up. I know everybody right now in the comments, while I'm talking about this, put a quote from this movie right here in the comments, just to attest to the fact that he got quotables. I can quote about 10 different things. Just me by myself, I can quote about 10 different things from the 5 Heartbeats. My point being, again, Robert Townsend wasn't scared to tell the truth. It was the truth about us as entertainers. Some of the stuff we go through. A lot of people think that movie's based on like stuff that went on in the life or the career of the Temptations, but actually it was the Dells. But I'm the lead singer and y'all need to be taking care of me type of mentality was a Temptations David Ruffin type of thing. So, but then they went on later on to make a Temptations movie. And again, that has quotables. It don't have nothing to do with Robert Townsend, but that has quotables in it too. The point being, Robert Townsend was one of them filmmakers, you know what I'm saying, that was, he was pushing on the door, asking certain questions, and they wasn't getting them answers. So it was like, all right, I'm going to put it in my movies. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and I ain't forgot Meteor Man. Bruh, these 3 movies keep a stain in our brain, as at least for me, that makes me say, where the hell is Robert Townsend? And why ain't he making movies, or why ain't he getting stuff green lighted like a Spike Lee or F. Gary Gray or Antoine Fuqua or Ava DuVernay? Why ain't he, or Ryan Coogler even? Why ain't he getting projects like this thrown at him? Why ain't nobody looking for him? Why ain't nobody checking for him? Them 3 movies alone don't stand up enough to say, I believe in Robert Townsend enough. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's something going on that I don't know about. Man, y'all are going the F off in the comments. Are we having a fight? Oh, y'all just talking to each other. Good God. That's y'all talking? Okay, well, apparently we are in here. Hollywood Shuffle was hilarious. It's on Tubi right now if y'all want to watch it. Hoe cakes. Winky Dinky Dog. Say it with me. Winky Dinky Dog. I remember when I first saw it. I saw it in the theater in 1987. Yeah, I was home on leave and went and hung out with one of my homegirls and we went and seen Hollywood Shuffle. It was, yeah, actually laughed out loud. You know what I'm saying? It was Attack of the Street Pimps. That was bruh, that movie. But what else I'm saying? That kind of, you know what I'm saying, telling the truth. And I think a lot of the reason why Robert Townsend ain't really, you know, as prominent in our cinematic sight as he was in the 90s is because a lot of the stuff he did was passive aggressive. You know what I mean? If you look at Hollywood Shuffle, but then you look at Do the Right Thing, that message was a little more pow in your face. You know, Robert Townsend's more satirical. And there's a place for that. You know what I'm saying? We can be satirical about us. We can be satirical about the things that go on in our culture. You know what I'm saying? Why does it have to, evolve more? Why? Because us laughing at ourselves is looked at now as buffoonery? I mean, there's a dignified way to laugh at your own culture. And I mean, a lot of times you gotta, at least comedy, for at least what I've experienced of it, it's about taking a group of people unexpected, not so much about giving them what they expect. They expect you to be funny. How you are funny is left up to your imagination and creativity. So that's the only parameter. You got to be funny. Same thing with these kind of shows, these movies, these roles. They got to be hitting the mark. They got to be hitting something deep down inside that say, I identify with that. Martin, that hit something deep down inside and say, I identify with that. Living Single, I identify with that. Good Times, I identify with that. You know what I'm saying? You got to do something, or something that I want to identify with, even if it ain't nothing but a concept. You got to remember, Denzel Washington got his start on St. Elsewhere. But now he's a force to be reckoned with in Hollywood. Maybe because he stayed in front of the camera a little longer and didn't try to get behind the camera and tell his own story or let his movies be his voice. Like, okay, I'm going to keep my head down and I'm going to watch all the bullets fly when they doing what they doing. And then when the time is right and I'm a fixture and a factor, I'll start talking my talk. Is that what it was? So why was it safe for Spike to kick the door in on his like third or fourth movie? Because that's what we came to expect from Spike. After Do the Right Thing, they was like, okay, Spike, you can be that black guy that makes any kind of movie you want to make. And that's an achievement. Spike Lee can make whatever kind of movie he want to make. Is it because times changed, or is it because Spike Lee said, I ain't going nowhere and you just going to have to deal with what I deal with, or what I deal out to you? Excuse me. Robert Townsend couldn't duplicate that same success. I mean, we ain't all the same, but I feel like he was that unpolished diamond. You know what I mean? And his stuff was getting, even if he just stayed in the realm of comedy or had some comedy in his stuff, he was getting better and better. And that's why I say, by the time he got to 5 Heartbeats, I wanted to see more stuff like that. You know what I mean? Tell our story and tell it to us in a way. You making that movie for that's who you making that movie for. Because we don't get enough of that. In more ways than one. We don't get enough of that, and we don't get enough of that. You see what I'm saying? That right there. Oh, Theo, my guy, is in the building. Hey, y'all stay tuned for Friday Vibing tomorrow. I wasn't the worst dancer. Choir boy was. Oh, y'all going crazy. He ain't gonna be neither. You ain't gonna be, because y'all watching it. Y'all watching it. Jameis, how are you today, sir? Assalamu alaikum. Every night I gotta fight to prove my love. That's what I do. Move. Shy brother. You worse than your old man. Yeah, I remember that one. My office hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So he got her. And now when somebody does that, what is it called? He got big ready. And you know exactly what they talking about. Cultural impact. Cultural freaking impact. Oh, they big ready. That nigga over there up the street, man. At that old office building. Bruh. It's a thing now. Why is this man not making more cinematic greatness? I'm still wondering, Grand Madam. It ain't that he don't make good movies. You know what I'm saying? Every movie he made, I liked. You know, and it was all stuff he said he wanted to do in Hollywood Shuffle. The only thing, because like he was talking about, oh, you could be the first black superhero. You could be the first black man to win an Oscar. You know, this is stuff he was shooting for, or he was saying that were lofty goals in 1987. It was unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Last black man did it was who? Sidney Poitier? Or the only one for best actor. You know, we get a little supporting actor here and there, and that ain't to take away from the achievements of Louis Gossett Jr. nor Denzel Washington or Whoopi Goldberg. You know, so that right there. He's still working, done mad episodes of various series. He definitely should have got a call to do. And that's what I'm saying, Jay. I know he's still working. I'm just like, where, when I say where is he, I'm like, why ain't you out there with Spike dropping content? Why ain't you out there with Ryan dropping content? Why ain't you out there with Lena dropping content? I want to see you. I mean, I have writing credit, directing credit, screenplay here and there. I mean, I know he's still working, but he's a mind that could have, you know, shaped some things. And that is very much needed, especially in a medium where folks will literally just consume whatever's out there. There it is. You want my spot flash? Well, you can't get it because you ain't got it. Yeah. Say, is it because he stopped cursing after Hollywood Shuffle? There was cussing in 5 Heartbeats. There was a bunch of cussing in 5 Heartbeats. So, nah. You talking about in his movies or just, yeah, that was a crap ton of cussing in 5 Heartbeats. So, nah, he stopped cussing. Yes, it is great. Hollywood Shuffle is very, very freaking relevant today. And that's what, to me, makes the deal that Ryan Coogler got for Sinners that much better. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, even though we, you know, feel how you feel about him, that's a damn good deal where you got control, you got creative control over everything. Tyler Perry, you got your own studio. Feel how you feel about the man. That's an asset. You know what I'm saying? That's a feather. You know what I mean? We just got to find a way to get around all the BS, come together. We can start making our own. You know what I'm saying? I think it was Kamayo said it to me one night. We do our best shit when we step away. Think about it. We get tired of mingling because mingling ain't working no more, and we segregate. That don't hurt nobody but folks that don't like our culture and us. Them the only people that benefit from it. Everybody else suffer. Co-pilot claims he played a part in of the bear in Power 4. Yeah, he's doing a cross between lectures and a one-man show. Living as an artist. Oh. I forgot he had his own sitcom. Yeah. This is what I'm saying, Ronnie. Oh, and what's up, Ronnie? We need more, man. We need more. I mean, maybe if he tired and don't want to do no more, that's one thing. But I'm saying we could definitely benefit from a creative like Robert Townsend. Give us some movies, man. I would love if you don't, like I said, if he don't want to do it no more, that's cool. I'm cool with these three. These three will always be in my, or my favorites, but I just, what I'm saying, I like his brand. I like his brand. I like his style. I mean, and we need some middle of the road fare far as us. We can't be far gone crime or all the way over here with super duper drama rama. Something right there in the middle that the average Mo can pull up to the theater or pull up or pull it up on streaming or however and vibe with it. That is a very difficult thing to master. You know what I'm saying? But when you want to do it bad enough, where you max out all your credit cards to make a movie, first of all, you had to have excellent ass credit to have enough credit cards or enough credit on your cards to make a damn movie. Yes, he presents truth some do not want to see. And sometimes especially in 5 Heartbeats, he presents truth about us that we don't want to look at sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That side of infidelity. You know what I'm saying? About how the fact that infidelity is so ingrained into the culture, and it shouldn't be. Why is that? And that's where, because I done seen the 5 Heartbeats enough to where when I'm watching it, I ain't watching it for the same reasons that the average person is watching it for. I'm dissecting different things. I'm looking at the way it was shot. I'm looking at the cinematography. I'm looking at all kinds of things. You know what I mean? How it was, the way it was shot, the characters' perspectives to one another. You know what I'm saying? How they compare and contrast, and I noticed this person likes that person, and I noticed this person is doing this a lot, and that guy is selfish, but his selfishness is turning out to be something that in the end teaches him a hurting lesson. Just that kind of stuff. And none of his movies were about the same thing. Hollywood Shuffle ain't about the same thing that the 5 Heartbeats was about, that Meteor Man was about. Entirely different genres, as a matter of fact, if we're being honest. So he got versatility. He ain't just stuck doing one type of movie. He ain't just letting one theme prevail over all of his work. And we need that. That's refreshing. That's refreshing to see. That's refreshing to hear. That's refreshing to talk about. Robert Townsend, please come back and make some more movies, brother. We want to see your brand. Still young. Hey, if Martin Scorsese is still making movies, Robert Townsend can still make movies. You feel me? Hey, let's get it popping. I wonder if they put live action Luke Cage in Townsend's hands, how it would turn out. I trust him. As long as he understands that the type of movie he's making should be more akin to Defy Heartbeats in levels of seriousness than Meteor Man. Even though Meteor Man was a superhero movie, Meteor Man was largely a comedy. Don't make no joke. Luke Cage. Luke Cage is an African American treasure. We want to see him done respectfully. We want to see him done in a way that heaps respect on the creators as well as the people who have made him the hero he is today. I think it's because Theo said he think it's because we reinforce it too much. We promote infidelity in damn near everything except religion. Hey, Wild Thoughts, what's up? He said Luke's too gritty for Townsend. Well, do we just want to let Cage sit on a shelf? If there was options, would we go with the other option before we went with Townsend? I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. Did Hollywood and black cinema abandon Townsend? Asked Kamoyo. I mean, at one point, because it seems that way. I mean, at one point, he was doing movies. Well, at first he was acting, but then he was doing movies. He was directing movies. He was doing screenplays. He was writing movies. He was over there. He had stuff popping off with HBO. He had that show Partners in Crime, and he was putting people on. He had his own little crew of people that he worked with. He had like a 9 or 10 cats that, you know what I'm saying? How when you get big in Hollywood and your clique of people that you take with you. He had his clique. And, you would see him in Partners in Crime. You would see some of them in his movies. You know what I'm saying? So he was connected enough. So I feel like what was it he wanted to do or didn't want to do that made him fall out of favor or made them say, all right, you're this echelon now. Okay, we're going to drop you down. So we're going to, as we uplift the Singletons and the Lees, you know what I'm saying? And those kinds of directors and their projects and their philosophies, their whole mindset. And Robert Townsend just kind of, he didn't fade away, but he went down a couple tiers. You know what I mean? He went to television. He's got a couple B movies, I think, if I look it up on IMDb, and then like bit parts and roles, just like Grand Madam was talking about, the one in Power. But as far as us seeing a project from him, or if there is one, y'all hit me up and tell me, what it is recent, because I haven't seen anything recently, and it was because I was sitting the other night watching Hollywood Shuffle, and I'm like, man, this cat, he was kicking Hollywood in the balls long before any of these other folks got the idea to do it. He did, and he came at it like in a kind of way. You know what I'm saying? You dirty you know what I'm saying? And that's basically, to me, what Hollywood Shuffle was saying to Hollywood. It was giving Hollywood the finger. It was telling Hollywood, fuck you. You know what I mean? For all of that rat bastard ass shit that y'all done did to us. And all we want to do is get a leg up in the world as actors and directors and writing, you know what I'm saying? But y'all got us doing all this bullshit. I felt it. You know what I'm saying? I 100% felt it, and I laughed about it when it was funny, and the moments where it was like, okay, he having some moments. He having some moments where he really want to say something, and he's saying it, and Hollywood's like, that one kind of, and mainly because he financed most of it. So if I'm paying for it, you damn right I'm gonna say what I want to say. Maybe that was too much. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they didn't want to hear that. But long story short, I would like to see Robert Townsend again in some stuff. I would like to see Robert Townsend again in some stuff. Okay. Can we switch gears? I'm gonna read the rest of these comments and we're gonna switch gears. Robert Townsend could handle static. Yes, he could. Static is right up his alley, Gray. AWOL thought say he was ahead of his time and wouldn't play nice like Spike Lee. I feel that. Definitely with Hollywood Shuffle, because he was like, I'm going to get this made by hook or by crook. Considering his acting experience in A Soldier Story. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier, Theo. Yeah, he was in A Soldier Story alongside some amazing acting talent. You know what I mean? Some of the best black actors of that era were in A Soldier Story. So it ain't he knows what greatness is. So he feel Kamoyo feel too black for him. Too black, too strong. Hollywood Shuffle embraced the industry, but at the same time, pulled down the draws of Hollywood and showed, okay, this is what be going on. You know, actors in the middle of acting and a director stop a scene. Hey, can we get more? Tell him to get. Can he do more black? Yeah. Can you act more black in this scene? Can we get a little more black? Can you act like Chris Rock? Is that the question? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff actually was happening on sets. You know, I've seen interviews with actors like, you know, like folks like Jim Brown and, you know, Pam Grier, you know, back in the day, you know, and the dude that played Gordon, he played the pimp, he played Willie Dynamite in the movie. He used to talk about that kind of stuff, how they, you know, they want you to, you know, do Negro stuff. You know, so yeah, 100% a thing. 100%. They did indeed embrace it, but you know, understand what you're being embraced by. I think his acting experience in A Soldier Story, along with his directing and acting in The Five Heartbeats, would lend him to successfully navigate. I got confidence that he could do whatever project he put his mind to if they put the budget behind him, and they put, you know, the same way they put the budget behind. Put a budget. Ink you one of them Ryan Coogler deals. There you go. Rock it out like that. What you say? Paul Martin say, 50 cents a bigger draw than Robert Townsend. Yeah, well, I ain't gonna say he didn't earn it though. Mario say his actual blackness in all its chaotic forms versus the other black directors. His material was actually woke. Yeah. That AWOL 50 feeds the negative side of our culture. When 50 puts some wholesome shit out there, then we'll be able to say he holding a candle to somebody like Robert Townsend. But anyways, look here, y'all. I'm about to flip the script. We're gonna shift gears. I want to talk about this live, y'all. I want to talk about this live. Now, this is a damn it. Where is that? I gotta put it up here. Give me a second. Bam. Grab it. Got it. Okay. You know what? I want it down here. Bump that. We're going to do it like this. Excuse me a second. I took a really, 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 really swell image too. Yeah. Let's do it like this right here. Let's talk about this right chin, y'all. Let's talk about this right chin. Let's talk about this right chin. This right chin, y'all. This right chin. Ultimate Black Panther number 16. Okay. For all y'all people out there that was talking that stuff about, oh, it's too slow and the pacing and all of that bull crap. Well, is it hot enough for you now in that house? Is it enough shit jumping off for you? Talk to me. Talk to me quick. Help me help you understand what's going on with Black Panther 16. Now, do we got criticisms? Ooh, T'Challa and Aurora are together. And they seeing eye to eye about some things. Now tell the truth. Be honest. Tell the truth. When you was reading that comic book, you wanted them to kiss. You wanted them to smash. You wanted them to do something, didn't you? Didn't you? Tell the truth. Because I ain't gonna lie. And I was getting towards the end of the book, and they was, talking to each other, and she put her hand on his shoulder and said, we're both afraid, but that can't stop us. I'm getting ready to, she gonna kiss him. Yeah, they gonna kiss. Turn the page, she turn around, walk away. Well, for those of us that think, well, the adventure ain't over. They can still link up. We can hold our hope that at least in one universe, T'Challa and Aurora are together. How cool of a story would it be if T'Challa and Aurora getting together is what makes Killmonger hate him? Somebody get this lie to Brian Hill, to Illuminati on X, and tell him, bruh, let's do that. If you ain't planning to do that already, make that be hi, let's put a little in it. Let's shake it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And when we talk about what about Akolyte, ain't this African culture? Can't a man have more than one wife? I'm sorry, that sounded bad. Maybe Akolyte will become Malice. See, I'm different. I'm different. I got different thoughts. I got different ideas. I'm gonna go in a whole nother direction. If it's a whole nother universe, let's just do it like the MCU. Let's just fuck it all the way up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't listening to comic books. What are those? We ain't following none of that. We just gonna go. We gonna pull some random ass villains out of nowhere, and these is your villains now. But these is your villains now. You don't get no say about the shit. So that's what I'm engaging my wildest, weirdest outcomes and saying, this is what I want the outcome to be. Because I can do that. Folks is listening, right? That's what they say. Folks is listening, but they pretending like they ain't listening. So listen to that. Is you with me? Is you with me? Is you with me? Say it's speeding up now. Y'all. Oh, okay. What? Didn't I say that? Didn't I say let that man? I'm not yelling at you, Gray. I don't want you to feel like I'm yelling at you. But didn't I say let that man cook? I did not say pacing, man. That if they cook, and we, follow the pace, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then we come to the payoff and you don't get nothing. Then it's like, hold up, why am I reading this comic? They say, all gas, no brakes. Yeah. Nancy said, I saw T'Challa, Aurora, and a bed. I saw a cover for 19. Killmonger is wearing T'Challa's first suit. Maybe Okoye is the plant that all along, and now her and Killmonger about to get together. I started playing Usher's One Day You'll Be Mine by the end of number 16. Okay. And I'll be doing a review on this comic. Hey, could T'Challa get through this comic without kicking somebody in the face? Did he kick some? Damn it, T'Challa! Why must you kick people in the face? He kicked people in the face. Damn near every issue. Why is he kicking everybody in the face? Oh, good Lord, T'Challa. I'm a whap across the face. Oh, whap across the face. I can't help it if I call out these patterns. You know what I'm saying? Maybe after about 20 issues or so, I do a video called 6160 T'Challa's best kicks. Because he is amassing quite the list of kicks. Nazi say, yep, kicking it. Old school, Wakanda edition. Hey, he roundhousing and spin kicking and oh, we got the foot jokes. Here he come. Theo said his feet are undefeated. Ba-dum-bum. Psst. I got you, dog. Yeah. That was a hell of a feat when he kicked that man in the face. I just got cheeseburgers. I just got cheeseburgers, dog. It's what it is, man. It's what it is. Hey, if you just pulled up, this is Thursday Live, and we do it like this, somewhat like this, every Thursday. This is the less mild edition of Friday Vibing without my partner player, partner brother, and some elevating factors. How does my boot taste? Shit, like pause. Oh, T'Challa's channeling Chuck Norris, Walker, Texas Ranger. That's what he do to everybody. He just kicks them in the face. You got a problem? What? Bruh. God, if you collect this book, go back and count them. Go back and count the times he kicked somebody in the face. It's at least 4 right now. We only on issue 16. It's a lot more kicking to be done from what I can see. So let's ride. Theo say most of believing in standing 10 toes down. T'Challa believe in putting 5 toes in your mouth. Showed up, kiss my converse. You may not wish to fight me right now. Real quick, remember in Meteor Man, because I was going over pictures. Remember this? Now, I will not speak ill of the dead because that man is a treasure. But it happened. But he does have on a Kansas City Monarchs baseball jersey. I like that. I wish I could find that. I would wear that today. That's a dope ass shirt. You know what I'm saying? Theo laughing. You wrong, Theo. You wrong, Theo. You ain't right now. Oh. It's better than feet pics. Damn. Uh-oh. Okay. Moving right along. This the part of the show where I asked the question. What in the hell? If y'all know, that's a picture. That's an artist rendering of Cassie and Diddy in the courtroom. We just finished up day 3. Day 3 of this trial. Y'all, can I clarify a few things? Because I think it's some stuff being said that some folks don't understand, and it's some stuff being done that some folks don't understand with regards to Cassie and the Diddler. Number one, he ain't with her no more. Notice I said no more. He ain't with her no more. But now, I guess my question is, why is she with him? I think his name is Alan Fine. And he's a personal trainer. And he was at one time Cassie's personal trainer. But guess who else personal trainer he used to be? Yep. Bad boy. Now, call me crazy if I have been involved, and I'm not questioning the woman's credentials or what she did or didn't do. You say it happened, I ain't got no way to prove or disprove it, but I can say what I want to say. And what I want to say is this. If you are in a relationship with somebody who has done the things to you that she claims was done to her by Diddy, and that we saw in at least one instance in a video, why would you fuck around with somebody that's I wouldn't even be trying to get at nobody that was remotely related to Diddy's camp. I wouldn't be nowhere in the area code. But you married and are having a baby by him. Okay, that's neither here nor there. Let's call that neither here nor there. I read somewhere about how they didn't, that Diddy's people wanted him removed from the courtroom before she testified, because they didn't want him hearing the things that were about to be said. And boy, oh boy, were there some things said. Now, let's remember, it's a sex trafficking trial, right? Cassie settled out of court, right? Okay, so is it safe to say she ain't got no skin in the game no more? Because at this point, it's just Diddy's bad that she got called as witness. But you know what? In all of what she's doing, the way she's doing it, she's playing right into Diddy's attorney's hands because, bruh. Okay, let's just call a spade a spade. If I urinate on you, then get other people to do it, me on the outside looking in can only surmise one of two things. One, you like being peed on. Or two, you are in a toxic relationship and you needed to get the hell out. Now, he dated her, or she dated him from like what? Like, a while. Put like that. They was together for a while, of some years. I don't want to quote numbers exactly. But for some years. Now, y'all ain't together no more. But you using your testimony, I don't even think anything she says would be damaging. It's shocking because they proving this stuff got done. They proving that it happened. But you got to prove it happened against their will. That they wasn't down for it. Are we gonna see some people next week that was like, yeah, I was down with it. Yeah, I liked it. Meek Mill gonna show up and testify for Diddy? Huh. Oh, the comments are lit. Let's go. Bob Martin. That's what you. He 50 something like us, Paul. Of course he was dyeing his hair. Lots of tongue. You think Ron Isley hair is all black on top? And it's yes, we dye our hair, brother. Many of us dye. I used to dye my beard. I just like bump it. I'm tired. It's too much work. Yes, the mofos is Freaks Kamoyo. Because he is a rest haven. Question those credentials. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember seeing, and I don't like to quote videos or talk about videos, but I remember seeing a video of Young Miami. Now we remember Young Miami. That was the young chick he was dating after him and Cassie parted ways. And she was talking some talk about she liked being peed on. So is that a type? He go for a type? Does he like, if you want to be a bad boy, you gotta take this, you gotta take this bad boy. Oh no, nah, man. That is in that, yeah, what the actual fucking did. What still hasn't been said is that Cassie was with Ryan at 15 and Diddy by 18. I thought they said that they proved that she didn't start interacting with Diddy till she was like 22, because she's like in her mid-30s now. Bruh, I'm telling you, they gonna tear her up. They gonna tear her ass up. I know I would. I'd be like, ooh. So you traumatized and you but you get peed on regularly. What? Sound like a habit to me. Gone. Both sides paint a specific narrative. The jury has to figure it out. You are so 100% correct, Grand Madam. Specific. Theo say if Diddy's attorney plays that card, Cassie's reps will hire a psychologist that will say he's traumatized by her experience with him. If it were easy to tie the trainer to it, they would have already. Theo, it didn't work for Amber Heard and it won't work for her. Come on, yo, I agree. Period. I agree. It's not but see, this is what we got to keep track of. This is what we got to keep track of, y'all. Cassie ain't the one on trial. Cassie just the witness. Now, Cassie can be implicated in perjuring herself or can be discredited in some way. She might get in trouble, but as it stands right now, ain't about her. It ain't about her. She, like I told y'all earlier, she done been paid her 30 pieces of silver. She done with it. Okay? That right now, she don't care. She don't care. She don't care. You were in a relationship with somebody who was Jeffrey Epstein, Ike Turner, and a gorilla pimp, all rolled up into one person. And you stayed with it for years. Either the money or you was codependent. Codependency is a psychological thing. So if you were psychologically codependent, what was it he was doing that was making you psychologically codependent on him? Spending money on you, or you love freak offs that much? Not saying didn't abuse you. Not saying that. But for you to stay for the amount of time you stayed, something was going right. Because we looking at everything that's going wrong. But the simplest thing to do is to see how a mirror works is to take it and flip it. You can't see yourself from the other side, right? But okay, but there's other people looking at you. It ain't the mirror that's holding your image. It's you just coming into range of the mirror. What you mean by that, D? You could have chose to speak on behalf of that man, but you didn't. And that's not what you've been told to do. That's not what you've been coached to do. But what they ain't expecting is what's going to happen when his attorneys get their talons in you, Miss Ventura. I hope they coached you up good. That's all I can say. Because the stuff you done laid out, the shit you done said is a fancy feast for any lawyer worth his weight. They are going to discredit the shit out of Cassie. But don't take my word for it. Make sure you watch. Make sure you watch. You in his orbit like that for 20 years, you are part of it, just like Ghislaine Maxwell. What you say, Grand Madam? Say Cassie was no Ghislaine Maxwell. He fed her drugs and whooped her ass when she challenged him. He was Papa. You know what? I can't help but be reminded of that episode of the Boondocks. Guess hoes coming to dinner. Yeah. She makes me happy, boys. Oh my goodness gracious. I guess ultimately where I'm at with it is what Malcolm say. Chickens coming home to roost never made me feel bad. I always thought chickens coming home to roost was a good thing. Every woman on that jury knows Papa. Oh, I love it, Grand Madam. Say they know who Big Papa is. Yeah. And she was everything in her name. She did when it came to buying drugs. Cassie. Diddy ain't nowhere to be found. It come to buying baby oil. Cassie. Diddy ain't nowhere to be found. Girl, if you was that stupid, you knew you was in on the dirt. And if you talked about the dirt, you was going to implicate yourself. You got to be a special kind of fool. But hey, I'm just an innocent observer on the outside looking in. Hopefully they will glean some knowledge from being in this situation and don't F up like this again. Is that right? That is absolutely right. I say a lot. Quick comic break. Boom. Black Canary, best of the best. Number 6 is out. Best believe you are going to get a review from yours truly, bruh. It don't end like you think it's going to end. If y'all been following my videos or you've been reading the comment, it ain't going to end like you think it's going to end. Bruh, they can't trace nothing back to Diddy. That motherfucker was doing that making the band stuff. I want y'all to go to Brooklyn to give me some baby oil and use your own credit card. Bruh, they talking about Diddy stopped in the middle of a freak off at his home in Los Angeles to go try to get at Suge Knight. Who keeping the East Coast, West Coast beef going? That guy. Bruh. Paul, you gotta pick it up. That's all I'm saying. You pick it up or watch my review this weekend, because bruh. But I'm gonna tell you something. I got a different kind of respect for Black Canary. It could be surmised that just like superheroes like Thor and Spider-Man, we finally done realized that it wasn't that was their strength level all this time. They were holding back. Because we saw when Dr. Octopus had Peter's body and he socked the Scorpion's jaw off, literally socked his jaw off. Damn, Peter could have been in these fights with the Scorpion real quick if he was ruthless. Same kind of thing with Canary's hand skills. She could really go ham and snap a motherfucker into twigs if she want to. But all this time, she leveled up. She leveled up in a major way. And the potential consequences she was facing, bruh, the story just kind of, because what I've been doing with the video, I just kind of been focusing on the actual physicality of it, but I ain't really been focusing in on how Vandal Savage figures in, and how a couple other people and a couple other things that are going on in the overall story factor in. Because she's had conversations with Ali, and there's been some misgivings about what she's doing or attempting to do, and bruh. But I knew when they put Black Canary in the Injustice video game, and Canary was, I'm like, bruh, why we be sleeping on Black Canary? It's like, man, and then like Birds of Prey, it's like, bruh, Black Canary is her. You know what I'm saying? If we talking about females just finna get in your, if you, bruh, she is a better fighter than her husband. I don't think y'all heard me. I'm going to say that again. Dinah Lance is a better fighter than her husband is. Not that that's a terrible thing, but so if somebody downstairs rustling around, it's an intruder in the building, you can send Dinah downstairs to deal with it. Hey, you the better fighter. You should go down there. Then on top of that, you got a sonic scream. Go handle that, girl. Let me get my beauty rest, mama. Oh my goodness. Also, too much exposure in the court of public opinion. The FBI releasing footage has backfired in more ways than one. Oh, you talking about Diddy still. Yeah, that part. Superior Spidey was a problem. A whole problem. Canary is extremely underrated. They gave each other the business. But they can't figure out any way to do anything good with Bronze Tiger. Yikes. Don't get me started, LJ. Where is Ben Turner, by the way? Where the hell is he? I ain't heard hide nor is he dead? Did they kill him? Where he at? Where he at? What, he doing Suicide Squad shit still? Come on, can we give that man a better story arc than just working for Amanda Waller's ass? Please, please. Wildcat over in JSA. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He got Chong lead. He got Chong lead by Lady Sheba. he been on a downward spiral. He's supposed to show up in Batgirl soon. Okay, I hope he show up kicking people ass. She's a better fighter than Bruce. Her, Shiva, and Cassandra Cain. Well, she did show that in this series, she too can kick down a tree. So, and Bruce makes reference to that when he goes to visit her. Well, she didn't kick it. She was kicking the tree. She didn't kick it down. She kind of cheated. But but she was well on her way to kicking a tree down. But instead she clears a forest. Yeah, I look forward to seeing Mr. Tunner show up and say some things. Okay. Edutainment time, y'all. Edutainment time, y'all. I am going to show you an image. I want you to tell me what this image makes you think about. Okay? I'm going to give you a couple seconds. I'm going to say it again. I am going to show you an image. You are to tell me in the comments what that image makes you think about. Okay? Real easy. You ready? Go. Oh, don't be shy, all you people out there. Chime in by all means. Chime on in. I think I got like a 7-second. I'm gonna have to check my reception, see if I can get more of a response, a faster response. Okay, we got two very different comments. That's interesting. Okay. I like that one. Now this might not go the way I want it to go, but we shall see as the comments continue to pour in. Question. One person named the movie. Another person named the movie. Okay. Still marinating on it? Keep marinating on it. I know it's more of y'all in here than that. Feel free to chime on in. Oh, don't be bashful. Come right on out with it. LJ, you say you stuck, bruh? Okay. Okay. Coming to the rescue here in a second, brother. Hang on. Okay. 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 And that's only one image, guys. I've got two more. I've got two more. Okay. Don't get slow down. Let the edutainer edutain. Trust me, it's going somewhere. All right, here we go. Gray says Fifth Element. Grand Madam says Combs. Kamoyo says Corbin. Grand Madam then says, looks like something I'd attach to a motherboard. Paul Martin says Fifth Element. Kamoyo say, I get it though. Age gaps in dating, right? There are age gaps in dating, but it's deeper than that. LJ say, I'm stuck, bruh. And LJ, those are the beginnings of understanding. Stay with me. You probably gonna soak up most of this. If the person you're with doesn't know what it is you are into, they are too young. That is true. That is true. Okay, here's another image. How about that one? How's about that one? What does that one right there do for you? That one. Interesting read, by the way. But what does that do for you, ladies and gents and ladies? First thing in your head. First thing in your head. First thing in your head. Okay, LJ is a little more vocal. Well, he's a little more discerned there. How about that? Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Little more bandy back and forth amongst the comments. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Yes, the lesson is progressing. I like that. Okay. All right. That's enough to dance with. Let's dance with that. Anansi says, I've heard of Bass Reeves. So you ain't never heard of Fifth Element? First Black U.S. Marshal comic book. That is exactly what it is, Grand Madam. LJ said that's my man Bass. Kamoyo says Untold History. And Gray says representation done right. I like that. I like that. Which leads me to my next image. Go. What you got for me? What you got for me with that? Where does that lead your brain to? Okay, now see, I got you. But speak on this one right here. What it do for that one? Grand Madam say, Christopher Reeve Superman. Damn, I thought about his accident. Yeah, that was tragic. Kamayo said, this is the only channel that feels like a TED Talk. I can't wait till you have Neil deGrasse Tyson on. Why you bull crapping? Neil deGrasse Tyson is going to be here in Alaska next month. So, I'll see what I can do. The best Clark. I like his Clark. Superman 1978. Superman the movie. Christopher Reeves. Bass Reeves. That was purely coincidental, Anansi, but thank you for noticing. Icon status after decades of consistently being in the public eye. All right, here comes the curveball. What does that image make you think of? What's the first thoughts that come to your head when you see that? And yes, it's a cutlass. Nothing? Nothing. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. I'm good. Anyway. I need one or two more to prove my point. But yes, you are proving it swimmingly. I like being me. What'd you say? What? He said, what the hell, Leon? Oh my goodness, gracious, goodness. Okay. The reason why that car is a 1970 Cutlass Junior Prom for Grand Madam, iconic to Kamoya, and just a car to Anansi? which pisses some people off. But I'm gonna tell you why it is what it is, y'all. Generation gap. That's all. And I do this little experiment to show that this can be done with anything. Okay? I find a lot of times the decisions we make are based on the values that are ingrained in us. That changes over time because the value of things changes over time. And that's everything. That's everything, y'all. Some things appreciate with time, and other things depreciate with time. Much in the same way, generationally, what's important, the things that matter, based on how we think generationally. Apply that dynamic, because I'm looking in the comments and it just occurred to him. He ain't had the experience. You know what I'm saying? With Cuddy. He either wasn't around or wasn't paying no attention when Cuddy's was hot. And if you ever had one, I had an 85 Regal, similar body style. But if you ever had a car like that, you know what they used to be. I wouldn't say they was no Maybach or, you know what I'm saying, no Bentley, no shit like that. But I mean, if you had one and it was nice and it was, you know, tricked out, put together, you know, you had the right kind of rims on it and you had it sitting the kind of way and had a little tint and you had a little system in it, and you know what I'm saying, the interior was it was what we call a P magnet. And you was the envy of the other cats who didn't have one. So that and Monte Carlos, I want to say, at least in my part of the country, if you had a Cuddy, if you had a Regal, if you had a Monte Carlo, you know what I'm saying, a 98, you know what I mean, it was, you know, them kind of whips, you know what I'm saying, and you go out and you was driving it. It wasn't, you didn't just pull it out for the sideshow. You you were driving that mug to school. You were driving that mug to work. It was your car. And then over time, they were still good if you took care of them or you knew how to take care of them. You can still drive one today if you know how to keep it in tip-top condition and you can get the parts for it. It's a cat out here that's got like a white one. But what I'm getting at, apply that thought process to music. Okay. Now, I'm not just saying the rap. A lot of people over the age of, let's go 45, don't really listen to today's music because they don't identify with it, or there's nothing in it that, well, I'm over 45, so I can speak for us. There's nothing in it that catches us, that captures us. You know what I'm saying? I listen in hopes that I'll hear something that goes, oh, either A, it's unique to the point where it don't sound like everybody else, or B, if there are artists who show me that they were respectful of what came before. And you can hear it in their music. The influence of their music is not like the today stuff that's just in rotation, and sometimes you listen to it and it be like 3 or 4 artists done played, and you like, that was different people? They all sounded alike, you know. And when it gets to that point, that's when our generation checks out. But think about it. The first time that I played, yo, EMD, yeah, what's up, man? There go that girl they call Roxanne. She's all stuck up. Why did you say that? Because she wouldn't give a guy like me no rap. She was walking down the street. So I said, hello, can't go from UTFO. I played that for my mama. My mama said, turn that bullshit off. Generational. That is the same thing that's happening right now. I mean, granted, there was garbage ass rappers back in the day. There was rappers you listen to and go, that's whack. But it wasn't as prevalent as it is now. It seems like there's more, well, I won't say whack. I say who don't meet the criteria of what has long since been laid down, what an MC is supposed to be, what hip hop is supposed to be. You can redefine the culture, but you can't change it. You still need a beat, somebody with some bars, and some fucking swag. I don't care what form it comes in, but if you swag in the same way that cat is, 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 what makes you stand out? See, I think about what Syndrome said in The Incredibles. Once everyone is super, then no one will be. That's what happened with hip hop. Everybody became super. Everybody want to follow the same exact patterns, the same exact formula. And that's okay if it's their time. There's nothing we can do about it. We don't have to give them our money or our time, but I noticed something about music. People form like what I like to call like little wormholes around their musical taste. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, they form little wormholes around their musical taste, and your musical taste circulates around certain genres, certain eras, certain artists. Now, I can tell you right now, looking at my YouTube music and looking at, you know, like what I've listened to in the past month, and then you go back like 5, 6, because you can do that, you know. You go back like 5, 6 months and you look at it and you go, that's what I've been listening to. I have a certain type of music that I prefer. I have a certain era of music that I prefer. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is everybody. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just opinions. I guess that's the best way I can encapsulate it. One man's cutlass is another man's bucket or hoopty or get around car. And that's not good. It's not bad. It's just an opinion. Different generations are going to critique your shit differently. just like we critique other generations' stuff. I mean, by and large, anything that's come before us, and that's strange, anything that's come before us, by and large, we are respectful of. But when big band and bebop and swing and all of that stuff was popular, it didn't want to make way for the next genre that was coming behind it. But it all eventually became like an Encyclopedia Britannica. All stuff that we tapped into to make hip hop. We utilize what came before to create hip hop. So now we at a crossroads. The OGs want to speak for it, but there's young folks that's like, I ain't hearing what you're saying. And then there's other artists that's like, I'm willing to work with new artists. I'm willing to work with old artists. I just want to work. Them are the artists that recognize music is just music. Who it appeals to is who it appeals to. If you ain't an Eminem fan, you ain't an Eminem fan. If you ain't a Tory Lanez fan, you ain't a Tory Lanez fan. Too soon? Maybe. A lot of the things that we bicker and argue about, especially I'm finding out on X, generational. You don't know it because you couldn't know it. You're too young to know it. Or conversely, you too old to comprehend this. This is some new shit. You ain't up on this. You could probably get up on it. But generally, culture is a living, breathing thing, and it morphs and changes as we speak. So what's cool on Tuesday might be passé on Friday, if you're willing to follow and chase trends. But you get to a certain age where you like, fuck that shit. I like what I like. I'm going to do what I do. And I don't give a shit what the world's doing. And that's why that's your wormhole. Your little universe. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing in there but Sly and the Family Stone. Ain't nothing in there but Prince. Ain't nothing in there but Aretha Franklin. Ain't nothing in there but Shaka Khan. Ain't nothing in there but Barry White. Ain't nothing in there but Isaac Hayes. You know what I'm saying? You get this, and the more stuff you get exposed to because it's just sitting and ain't nobody messing with it, and you go, dang, I remember that. Because a lot of stuff that I listen to is either something my older cousins or my mom or my brother listen to, and because I hear a song and I listen to that song, and then I will go and find an album. Or one of my friends, I go to my friend's house and I go, do you have that? Have you heard that song? Have you heard that song Flirt by Cameo? But have you seen the album? Have you what else is on the album? And somebody had an album and we all sit around and we listen to the Cameo album. Oh, they got another song on there. I like Be Yourself and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. So it trickles down if you're respectful of it. See, the thing with hip hop is there was this, the youthful rebelliousness kicked in around like 2010 or so. And they were just like, fuck it. We ain't listening to y'all no more. We just going to do what we want to do. By and large is what it seems, if you follow the trend. That's what it looked like. And they were just like, fuck it, we ain't listening to nothing y'all doing no more. We doing our own thing. And then when double XX XXL and that freshman class of like what 2010 2011, and they was doing that freestyle and Kodak Black and Lil Yachty and all of them cats was in there, and it was like, the fuck are these young niggas doing? That's literally, forgive my language, But that's literally what I thought when I heard these cats in here freestyling. And I'm like, conversely, my daughter was like, you have to understand where they coming from with it. No, there's nothing to understand. A freestyle is a freestyle is a freestyle is a freestyle. You got to get on the mic and spit. Say some shit to make they wig split to show you legit and fit to hit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just sitting there, that's blah, 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 panda, blah, 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 panda. That's what I'm talking about. No skill being displayed. That I take issue with. I don't care how you make your music or what you do, as long as that shit you're saying makes sense. I'm not saying every single person from that the next generation is nonsensical, because I mean, you got cats like J. Cole that's spitting. You got cats like Kendrick that's spitting. You know what I'm saying? So it's not. But find me 10 more like that. Find me 20 more like that. Trust me, there's still backpack rap out there. You just have to find it. But that ain't what they want you to consume. They don't want you to consume the backpack rap. They don't want you to consume, you know, the Loopy Fiasco type cats and the Ave Wonders, and you know, they don't want you to fuck with nothing like that, because you know them cats is still out there making crazy, weird, cutting edge shit, and the young bucks is getting on their beats and taking their beats and tweaking and freaking them, and these cats is making money off of these young cats tweaking their beats out. Just like James Brown, George Clinton, Isaac Hayes, and all of them cats before us, how we took their stuff and made hip hop. That's the long and the short of it. A lot of stuff is generational like that. You know what I'm saying? And there was a time when, you know, during the golden age of hip hop, and when all you was hearing on the radio was Sugar Hill and Grandmaster Flash, people didn't understand. Broken glass everywhere, people pissing on the stairs, you know, they just don't care. That was nonsense to my mother. That was nonsense to my mother. Turn stick up, kid. Look what you done did. Got sent up for an 8-year bid. Now your manhood is took and you're a Maytag. Spend the next 2 years as an undercover, being used and abused and served like hell, to one day you was found hung dead in the cell. That didn't make any sense to my mother. So can you understand me as someone from that generation feeling the frustration of not being understood? It was nonsense to her. UTFO was nonsense to her. Spider D was nonsense to her. Roxanne was nonsense to her. Cosmic Crew, Funky 4 plus one more, that was all nonsense to her. But that was my formative hip-hop shit. You know what I'm saying? Stuff was being filtered in from the East Coast, mixtapes like a mug. They was all over. We was hearing this stuff all over the nation, even though it wasn't being pressed on the albums. Different format, different generation. If you're taking the time to understand these young bucks and you still don't understand them, I understand. But if you just hear it at first, at initial, and you like, that's bullshit. Everything, fashion, they're anime and manga now, where we were cartoons and comic books. See what I'm saying? It's not bad or good. It's just preference. And when that preference becomes prevalent, it becomes what is. You can hear jazz on the radio everywhere. Can't now. It's not prevalent anymore. A wise man once said, "We fight against the inevitability of becoming obsolete." You live how you live, but guess what? Every single one of us got to pass on to the next plane. Nobody gets a pass. I don't know no immortal people, so we all ended up in the same place. It seemed like some talking was going on. We talking about put them spokes on that bitch. 6 9s in the bag. Them 6x9s, baby. Bench seats so your old lady can be right up on you when you talk to me, baby boy. Roll that armrest up and yeah, boy. See, no. See, I sound old. Look what you got me doing. I sound old. Grand Madam, come take a ride with me to the stove. We can get some chips with the beer. Grand Madam said, I hear different frequencies in the music for each generation. Even the vocals sound different. They do. They truly do, Grand Madam. True. I always have issues with the vibes of new music and how it suppresses creativity. Played Jimi Hendrix for a 37-year-old and it literally hurt his ears. Damn, no, Grand Madam. You should try easing them in with some Sly Stone. Try some Sly and the Family Stone. Because Sly and the Family Stone is funky, but he still got that, you know what I'm saying? He got that edge with Larry Graham and yeah. Try some of that first, because you know Sly got some stuff you can ease into. You know what I mean? You know, have fun in the summertime. That's a nice little. It got a summer's here. It got a nice little. When I want to. It got a nice little. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hit them with that. You know what I'm saying? And that'll ease them in. And they got some stuff, you know, don't call me. Don't call me. You know what I'm saying? And that'll help you, you know what I'm saying, ease into what you're trying to do. So always happy to help someone wrap their brain around our music. Kendrick's GNX has been my go-to. Same deal here. I've been rocking with Kendrick for a while. Man Circle. He's a lot of folks go to. The dumbing down of music, I in a way, but long as music exists in people who love it, it'll never be. You feel me? Diddy was accused of recording beats at 440 hertz to agitate young black men to violence. Possibly. Now imagine me listening to that in front of my grandparents, the silent generation. Exactly, brother. Articulate and intelligible nonsense, though. What can I say? If I'm not delivering the message in a way that is pleasant to you, you will be less apt to receive it. Them's facts. That's why we don't get messages out of heavy metal. Grand Madam say, to keep up with the younger generations, I listen to their music and watch their movies. It's like studying a foreign language. Sometimes it can be. Sometimes it can be. Gray said, I was anime back then too. Well, when I say anime, I mean 100. See, back then you had a choice. You know what I'm saying? You could watch Speed Racer. You could watch Battle of the Planets, but then you could turn around and watch Thundercats, G.I. Joe. You know what I'm saying? You still had, it was all together, but now anime is like, the amount of anime you can get is quadruple what you could get with Crunchyroll. Just Crunchyroll by itself is blowing anything cartoon-wise we had out of the water as far as variety and volume. You feel they are blowing our shit out the water, man. I got Crunchyroll, and I'm so happy that I do. And it's like, dang, it is literally, I could sit and watch Crunchyroll all day and all night. I haven't done that yet, but it's enough stuff where I can go, oh, let me try that. Oh, let me try. We watching like 7 different animes right now. You know what I'm saying? Are we ever going to finish this one? We just finished Mob Psycho 100. You know what I'm saying? And I'm working on Solo Leveling. And I'm about to start Blood of Zeus, which I kind of consider an anime, even though it's not true anime. But you get the gist of it. And then I told y'all about Record of Ragnarok and Sakamoto Days. So, bruh, that's what folks is rocking with. They rocking with anime and they read manga. I know a gang. I was just talking to a cat today. He was like, he's mad that the manga of My Hero Academia gets revealed if you watch My Hero Academia Vigilantes with the subtitles on. Or the, not subtitles, but the titles. You know what I'm saying? And they revealing stuff. And that ain't what you want happening. You want to experience it. So, yeah, that there. Robotech, the Transor Z. Yes, sir. Sly is always a good choice. Sly is always a good choice, man. Lazarus, I like that. Crunchyroll, are we represented? No, LJ. We are not represented. And where we are represented, we are not represented adequately. But I ain't putting no money into it, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they aren't getting my money, if that's what you're getting at. And if you know of a place where I can and check out some anime where we are represented, by all means, throw me a link or email me something. I'm always on the lookout for that kind of stuff. Boom. And thank you for reminding me, which leads me to my next topic. Gal darn it, where did I put that Valor? I bet I put him here. I sure did. There we go. There we go. Kamoyo said y'all have Japan Fest there in October. That sounds fun. I got to get out of state and go check some stuff out. I ain't been out of state in a while. But long story short, the gist of what I was trying to say is a lot of that stuff is generational, that we have these misgivings with, from music to what we watch to, a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Avocado toast. I didn't know it could be such a wonderful thing. and them young folks swear by it. I mean, it's good, but I ain't ready to start cutting nobody over it. You know what I mean? But like I said, as far as back at you, LJ Panther, was saying about we being represented. Yeah, we being represented. If you was following, I did a video on Akolyte #1, which is us representing. As my man Derek Allen, aka Lonzo Star, shouts out to you, bruh. He's supposed to be pulling up for some future show of Friday Vibing. But let's get our acumen and our knowledge up on Akolyte. I have issue 2, and I am going to do a review on issue number 2. From issue 1, if you saw my review on issue 1, it picks up dramatically from issue 1 to issue 2. Issue 2 is he already trained as a superhero and he back on Earth handling business. And we got hip-hop record music producers in this issue too. So y'all stay woke for that. And Akolyte comes to us courtesy of Concrete Comics. It's down there. I know you can't see it. Say www Concrete, spelled KONKRET, Concrete Comics. Rock hard, banging, bringing you some stuff. And I got some more comics from Concrete that I want to review for y'all in coming weeks. So y'all stay tuned for that. He's got one coming out called Primate that he was telling me about. PRYME8. Cool, huh? Primate. I don't know what it's about. He didn't get no details. He said he just wanted me to read it and do a review on it. I don't know if I gotta order it or if he's gonna send me something digital, or we'll see. Hey, yo, Derek, if you're watching, get at me. If you're gonna send it to me, send it to me. If I need to go to, well, you know what? I'll look at Concrete. But if you want to send me that, digital, I wouldn't be mad at you. But yeah, near as I can see, Concrete is a Concrete. Akolyte is like his universe's prime hero, if that makes sense. And his interactions kind of give me Blue Marvel vibes as far as how authority responds to him. So y'all, if you get a chance to hit up Concrete Comics and snag you a copy of the Akolyte, I recommend it. It's nicely written. The story is engaging. Let's put it like that. There's enough going on to where I'm like, okay, let me get into the gist of what this story is. You know what I'm saying? And that's about the long and the short of it, y'all. Akolyte, courtesy of Concrete Comics. Did I get in everything I needed to get into? I did. Yes. Oh, last thing. This right here. You may be watching it. You may not be watching it. But it is apparently of paramount importance that this movie be successful. Why? Because it's kicking off a whole nother universe. Iron Man kicked off a universe well. Blade had the potential to kick off a universe well. The first X-Men movie kicked off that universe well, even though it was not well received by a lot of people. You trying to get Supergirl out of this, a new Batman and a new Wonder Woman. Those are going to be the core characters that this new universe revolves around. The Trinity and Supergirl. Is it going to be difficult to build a universe around Supergirl? Who is Supergirl's arch foe? What is Supergirl's most significant storyline? You got a couple of choices with those other three. Supergirl? I don't know. I don't know if that's a good move to be making her one of the pillars. That sound like that Marvel energy where, oh shit, we gonna make a movie about Ironheart. Character ain't been around. I mean, with Supergirl, you ain't got no excuse. Y'all just was male chauvinist pigs. Ironheart ain't been around long enough to establish nothing. But yet and still, that's who you want to put on the screen. And who asked for this? I want Superman to be successful. I do, because if Superman's successful, that means Mr. Terrific is successful. And we want Mr. Terrific to be successful to the point where I want Mr. Terrific to make a Black Panther in Captain America Civil War level impression. You dig? I thought that you could. What we got going on here? LJ said, I try to keep up. You and Theo be flying. The content be back to back. I'm down though, and I'll try to catch up with Concrete Comics too. Know that, man. That's my primary forum, just so you know, is the comic reviews and the action figures. You know what I mean? That's where I'm most comfortable at. I said I wasn't gonna get end up with one of those, and I ended up with one of them. Dang, she clowning. Grand Madam clowning. She said he looked like he looked like a comic on a sitcom. Marvel getting washed this year. Yes, they are. They are getting washed in a major way. Because your best offering is Fantastic Four. And y'all making Fantastic Four look like some suckers in the end credits of Thunderbolts. Oh, let's just give them some pub. Let's advertise them. We're going to advertise them. Okay. Nancy said, I just hope Mr. Terrific is portrayed well in that movie. Please don't have him cracking jokes. Nah, Michael Holt crack jokes? Nah. The Trinity is for the main fans. Supergirl is for the new fans. Well, they better take some notes off that Melissa Benoist Supergirl show on the CW. Do something like that, because I'm like, who's she gonna fight? Who's Supergirl gonna fight? Who's her arch enemy? Don't do none of that twisted arch villain with no powers type shit. Established characters with new characters peppered in like the Hammer of Baravia. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Hope they make it work. Because I want the universe to be successful. I want it to succeed. I want them to win. But, you know, y'all got to make smart moves. Got to make smart moves. Gotta make smart moves. All right, y'all. That's also coming up. I will be recreating that with action figures. That scene right there. Note some notable substitutes, some necessary substitutes. I just let y'all know real quick. My Doc Ock is going to be the Spider-Man 2 Doc Ock from the Tobey Maguire series. I will be rocking with that Doc Ock because that Doc Ock's costume looks effing ridiculous. Volcana. I will be subbing in Flame from the DC Multiverse line in the role of Volcana for artistic purposes. And in the role of the Lizard, I will be substituting Owen Reese, the Molecule Man, who was a part of this, a significant part of this, but we didn't give him no shine on the cover with these villains. Hell, the Molecule Man dropped the whole mountain range on the heroes. He deserves some shine. I mean, he did on some other covers, but he deserves some shine on this cover. You put your worst, you know, your nastiest, because they beat the brakes off of She-Hulk in this series. Power Girl. Oh, there's an idea. But will they do it right? You gonna get somebody who ain't ample to the task? Wink, wink. Oh, James Gunn announces the DCU Batman and Wonder Woman at Comic-Con. He gonna have to, man. He done announced that we gonna have a Trinity. So I hope he build it the right way. I really do. I'm wanting them to win, bro. I really do want them to win. Quick question. Who win a fight if 100 white men attack T'Challa? I gotta have some fun, y'all. I gotta have some fun with it. Yeah, that's AI. That's your AI at work. I had to do it, y'all. Oh man, I didn't make them all MMA fighters, so they getting washed. You are most welcome. Kabaya said, light work for T'Challa. And Nasi said T'Challa will use that force push or whatever it's called. Force push. Kinetic dispersal. T'Challa in his roundhouse. Hey, that's what I was thinking. That's a lot of motherfuckers to kick. Okay. Look here, y'all. As far as what I'm doing this weekend, I'm doing a review on that comic. I'm going to do a review on that comic. And I'm going to do a review on this comic. Got You Man #9. Y'all know I do Got You Man. Oh, and I might work this in next week. I am still trying to discern this book. It's got a lot of moving parts. Absolute Green Lantern #2 in it. But this has been a Thursday with your man D Real. Y'all make sure y'all tune in Friday. Me and Theo will be vibing the vibe and talking the talk and chill. Man, if this weather hold out, I really want to get out on the deck. I want to get out on the deck in a major way, man. I want to sit out there on the deck, kick my chair back, and have me a little something with me and you know, chill. But look here, rock with me, nation. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Y'all some real ones. I love and appreciate everybody. And Nancy, AWOL Thoughts, LJ Panther, Gray, Kamoyo, Theo, Grand Madam, Paul Martin, everybody, man, that who pulled up tonight, man, drop some comments and had something to say. You know, y'all doing the do. I appreciate y'all. Y'all come back. Same real time, same real channel. Rock with me and Theo for the vibe. That's it for now, y'all. But fret not. I'll be coming at y'all with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.